Happy Halloween, everyone. So I went on my ChatGPT today and I got a notification about a new feature. So I opened their blog post and this is what I saw. I didn't want to actually go through this together. So they've introduced ChatGPT Search, which has been in talks for a while now. They've been trying to figure out their entry point into this space. Already, a lot of people use ChatGPT instead of search, but giving it real time access and giving it the ability to look at the web creates a completely different experience. And I think this is so here. I guess there's just showing some ideas, which is another really important part of the marketing is you have to now train this new behavior of asking ChatGPT for these sort of things. Okay. So it looks like they're using this to plan. I love how so many examples for search and for like AI is planning travel, as if so many people all the time are just traveling nonstop. Okay, so a natural language. Okay, so it comes, I guess, directly involved, and you can, yeah, it's directly integrated. It's available on the site and on the apps. This is great. Okay, so this is for the waitlist users, which I did sign up a while ago, but I'm also, I guess, with Plus. So this all starts today. And then over the next few months, the free users are getting it. And that's why I always say go for the Plus. It's like $20 a month for access, for being like months ahead of anyone else. So that's great. Better answers. Okay, so some options. Okay, so you can get stock information. So weather, which is awesome because that's like, I remember when Google introduced the weather preview a while ago. So right now, if you're looking for weather in Miami, you're getting this. And, there's no need to click over into here basically, unless you want to read some more news. But this thing over here took away a lot of traffic for a lot of these weather sites over the years. So, I'm curious how this will impact that. So, okay, we got weather, we got stocks. Interesting. So it can actually probably pull out some insights. Okay, so I want to try it out. I'm going to do this in real time. So here's my chat GPT. Okay, so I guess does it work? What's the weather in Miami? It's thinking. Okay, so let it think. We got sports. Okay, sports, great news. This is going to be interesting. And how it's funny that they waited until like the last week of election season because it's always curious to see how the technology around communications of today's day and age play out in the elections because this is when it's at most at stake. Okay, so I got a response here from O1 saying they don't have access. Okay, why? Maybe it's just for, oh, there we go. There's a little button here. Okay, so I guess it's under 4.0, not under O1. What's the weather in Miami? I had a post that I wrote that when I talk to ChatGPT, I write like I'm drunk. And I guess this is a perfect example of this. I trust that it knows what I'm asking. Okay, so this looks great. So this is just pulling out from weather.gov. I didn't know that was a site. Okay, so you got weather alerts. Cool. So I can actually then ask. So let's say I'm curious, what's a small craft? What's a small craft considered? So I wonder if it knows, if it can like, okay, I guess it understands this is in the context of this. Okay, so the advisory, okay, so it's taken into consideration. The advisory is great. And maps, wait, what? That's interesting. So you have maps within your chatbot. So this kind of can become a all-in-one because there's no reason why I can't click the call button and it sends some voice AI generated thing that represents me as it calls Absolute Bagels to make a reservation or to see if it's full or something like that. Wow, that's interesting. So your ChatGPT can one day be an all-in-one app, and that has been the holy grail of technology companies forever, to be the all-in-one solution, especially in America. In Asia, that behavior of having an all-in-one app has been more prevalent throughout China, Japan, Korea, for example. But in in America, there's no one app like this. Elon Musk has talked about this as well. That's his like vision for the social platforms, to include banking, to include the ability to order. But this is interesting because this does take us one step closer to being able to do these things. Again, there's no reason why I can't grab an order. And now, as we're seeing the computer use case as well from Claude and from from Google with Jarvis, OpenAI, there's like rumors that they're working on it, but I'm sure they are. Okay, so oh wow, so we got a quote here from the president of Vox Media, Pam Wasserstein. They say ChatGPT, okay, search. Okay, so now they're kind of positioning it as a journalistic, going straight to the source. So this is interesting. So that's what I want to see. So like best time to plant tomatoes in Miami. So I wonder if it's going to actually pull out some of these sources. Oh wait, this is not. Let's go back here. It's time to plant tomatoes in Miami. So we got a quote here. Okay, so they're really, this could be a monumental shift. There's some great quotes here. Connecting people with original high quality content. I'm really curious about the copy here too, because this is a big step for OpenAI. That this is going to put them in a lot of issues that they're going to have to take a stance on some things. And, it opens up this whole conversation about censorship and what information comes to the forefront. And these are questions that platforms have always had to deal with. And now they're taking one step closer to being this platform. So it's interesting to see how they're positioning some of these things, because I'm sure they're well aware of the sort of criticism and pushback that they're going to get as they're getting more into this thing of, who decides what is high quality, what standards are being applied. And that's going to be very interesting to see. We hope to help users discover publishers and websites while bringing more choice to search. Now that's an interesting take, because for a long time the conversation around AI has been that it's like and search is that it's going to be bad for publishers because then they don't get the visibility. So if they're talking about this, I wonder how they will do this. I'm still waiting. Is this still thinking? I need to know when to plant these tomatoes. Okay, so there's a lot of collaboration. So they touted this. This is great. It's a fine-tuned version of 4. Oh, that makes sense. Interesting. So this one is involved. Third-party search providers. It's probably not Google. I am curious here. So this was the prototype. Yeah, I don't know if I got in the I don't think this is my wait list for that has not been fulfilled. So this is the search today. Okay, so this is also very interesting to see the sort of use cases that companies include when they're showing off a new feature, specifically with AI. This is them trying to plant seeds of how we would use it and what behaviors we have. So again, travel, trends, so news, personal lifestyle sort of things, and mental health. That's interesting. Okay, so we got sources here. So this is, okay, so I don't see a lot of visibility. I guess I get evergreen seeds. So they picked one site and they only picked one site. And okay, then, so they took a bunch of, okay, so that makes sense. That is very true. You don't want to plant tomatoes in the summer in Florida. They will burn. So so this is interesting. Okay, so let's check out maps. Bagels nearby in Fort Lauderdale by Las Olas. Let's see what we get. Straight to the point. I love it. I don't see the map integration. Maybe I need to be more specific. Nope, I didn't get in. Yeah, they've been talking about search for a while now. Where's the map option? Maybe give me a map. Okay, I got some photos. No, this is, oh, I got a specific website. That's interesting. Okay. And then I'm also curious, and this is, the B2B marketer in me. I'm always thinking about how will this affect, search terms if someone's looking for certain business solutions, again, on the B2B side as search content. So, for example, if I'm starting a role in a new company and we're looking to switch our email, our ESP, and I have a specific, we have 100,000 subscribers on our email list. What's the most affordable, modern, new ESP for us to switch to? So this idea of finding expert knowledge, how much, okay, so they're interesting. So I got all the pricing right here. So this is great. There's companies that do this. There's literally companies that will take days and weeks to put some of these things together and make recommendations. Can you make additional recommendation criterias and also include key, I guess we have key features, include comparisons amongst each other. I guess what I want to know is, if we're looking at this list of 5, can you rank them? So we got the sources right here. So it pulls in the logo. I love it. Just gives a little branding. Okay, so it's pulling out. Okay, so the pricing, they're pulling out from blog posts. So they're not pulling out. So for active campaign, for example, they're pulling out from this blog post from Mira. Interesting name. I like the pun. I'm assuming it's Spanish to English pun. What a map. So is that from the map click? Anyways, okay, so we have the comparison. Great. This is interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be able to pull this out, I need the most up-to-date pricing for everyone. Find more trusted sources and include 5 more options. So you could use this for web research, which I love. But pricing is approximate. That does not sound very trusted. I need accurate pricing. Please search online. Oh, wait. We got sources. What are the sources, though? No, we don't have sources. Okay, so the sources are still pulling out from... Oh, I guess the approximation... Oh, I didn't read past. Okay, for specific clients. Okay, so this makes sense. We have this key features. This does, again, seem... Okay, and then another option. So let's say... Oh, man, I'm just like doing my work now. It's like, can you give me cyber security conferences happening in US in 2025? Oh, this is fantastic. Okay, and so this has been my review. It's great. I'm already, again, I just jumped straight into doing work. Excited to see the updates. Also for context, and I think this is interesting to note, is that if you on October 28th, Google also released, or they expanded their AI search overview to the rest of the world, pretty much. So, yeah, 1 billion monthly users are now getting generative AI in their search results. And again, they've been talking about this from back in May. This has always been the goal. And this does seem to be this convergence right now. And on one side, we have OpenAI adding search into their tool, and you have Google adding AI into their tool and into their interface. So we're kind of coming at the same convergence point from 2 different sides. And I'm curious to see who will be the new search, player. I don't even know how to think of them. It's not really a platform. It's not really a website. It's not a service. And at this point, it becomes this ever-present assistant. It kind of becomes like your internet operating system. So it kind of goes a step beyond just this is a tool for information, and it could become a tool for a lot more, especially as we're thinking about the computer use case, which allows these AI tools to get control of the computer and actually do tasks on behalf of the user, which is again really interesting. So we didn't get any conferences. The table is empty. So yeah, here's some use cases. So if you're doing marketing, just try it out. It's amazing because this is a thing that companies would need to either hire a freelancer or an agency to put together some research, or it would take some time. I don't know. It's been a little buggy though, but that is a very small price. So curious to see how you use it. Share your use cases. This has been my overview of the search world. Until next time.